The best way to improve your photography is through repetition and consistency. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Now, today is going to be a video that's totally different, and that is that most people believe that they can get improvements in their photography through the acquisition of gear, hence the gear acquisition syndrome, or GAS as it's otherwise known. But today I've come to an area which is called Rocky Bay, and I want to show you something, an idea that I have is that the best way to improve your photography is through repetition and consistency. Now this morning we're in Rocky Bay, and this is a location that I come to quite often when I want to practice my skills or my craft or the art of landscape photography. Now this morning as well is going to be different for a number of reasons, because today is Sunday, October the 5th, and that is the day that this video is about to go live. Now I normally have a lot of videos that are in the bag, but I said, you know what, how would it be if I was to record a video that morning, get it edited, get it uploaded for you guys to watch it on the same day? So that's what I'm hoping to do for today. Rocky Bay, it may not be one of the most grandest locations, but that's fine because it's there for me to be able to practice my different skills that I would have acquired over the years. With Rocky Bay, it is a phenomenal location. It's on the coast here in Cork, and it can change with every single tide. Now this morning, I see as I walked across, there's quite a lot of sand. Normally, the sand can be taken back out, or there can be no rocks visible whatsoever on a beach that's called Rocky Bay. That's the beauty of having a location like this. It constantly changes, and it constantly gives you the idea that you've got other areas to improve. Now, the advantage of having a location that you can return to on any moment, like here, is around 30 minutes from home. The advantage here is that you can be reactive, and also you know the location. So 2 days ago, we had a storm here, which was Storm Amy. And unfortunately, I couldn't get out yesterday, which was Saturday, to get the shots of the aftermath of that storm. Normally, you've got some nice waves that will be there the day after. But because this is so close, and checking the forecast yesterday evening, it looked like there was a potential there for a sunrise. I figured, you know what, why not just go for it and go to a location that I know quite well. The advantage of the location that I am in right now is that I know the way that the light is going to play around here. So I know rocks that's going to hit off in the morning before we even get any light. I know that when the light comes, what I need to look out for. So half of my battle is already done. It allows me then to be able to really fine-tune what I'm looking to try and create in my images. Now, as a starter, I've come over here towards the cliffs that are right behind me here, and I'm getting a shot of this, as you can see here, the way that the light now will be bouncing off the edge of that. Let me just turn you around actually, and I'll show you what I mean. So here I have my light that's going to be in this side of the frame, and then I have these beautiful textures and undulations, and look at the shapes that are within these rocks. Now I know this because I've been here a number of times before, but what that allows me then to do is to compose my shot and just wait for the light. And even as it stands right now, that light that's right here is reflecting off the side of the rocks here as well. So settings at the moment, I'm going for an F11, and I'm at which seconds? 13 seconds here, and I've no filters on because, believe it or not, it is still dark, but I'm hopeful that I'm going to get rewarded when all these clouds start to catch. Directly above me here, I've got clear skies, and that's exactly what the weather forecast were saying was going to happen. So fingers crossed it all works out. Here's a couple of test shots anyway that I've done here now, just to kind of show the point of what I know in regards to here, and you can know the same for your own location. It's now 21 minutes until sunrise, and as you can see here, I'm already getting a nice bit of color in the sky here behind me, and my hope is that these clouds that are above here will catch. I'll give you a look at separate bit of B-roll for it, will catch. And now what I've done is I've taken a couple of test shots of this singular rock that's here. It's kind of a more or less a minimalist image, but I like the way that the light is reflecting, the clouds are acting as a frame as well, and then obviously with the waves that are coming in too. Now, of course, important thing to remember is watch your tides. Now for here, I know that the tide is going out, so there's no fear of me getting caught out or getting trapped or anything like that. Don't ever underestimate the power of the water. That's one bit of advice I can give you. You probably know it already, but take it from me. I am by the sea quite a lot. So here's the next shot here now. And as this light now is going to catch, there's a set of rocks that have just revealed themselves over here along the cliffs, or along the beach, I should say. I'm going to go over to them now and I'm going to frame up my shot. Here's this one of this anyway here. Nice minimalist image, long exposure. Yeah, F11, 13 seconds. I have added on my 3-stop equivalent here, just to give me that small bit of extra room. But yeah, here's the shot. I'm gonna head over here now and wait for this light. Now, the light is coming from a different direction actually. Well, not a different direction. It's coming from here, but it is reflecting up here. So I have a nice bit of pink pastel colors on the clouds that are there. So with these 3 rocks that are below me right here, I've decided to change my composition. So I'm away from the sunrise. So I'm pointing away towards the more south. And that's allowing me to catch these clouds that are above. Nice pastel colors, like I would have said, but also it allows me to be able to do my exposure without having to worry about the brightest part of the sky, which obviously is where the sun is rising. Now, we're still in advance of sunrise, but as you can see, there's a beautiful glow here this morning. So I'm really happy so far that I've decided to, number 1, get out, and number 2, that I know this area, like I said from the outset, that I know exactly what to expect. Now, also with this shot, I think it's going to be a really nice and minimalist shot, really. So I've changed now to 10 seconds. I'm at F11. I have my ISO at 50, and I still have my 3-stop equivalent on. And I'm just making sure that I'm getting these rocks here. So if I come over here to show you, getting these rocks, which is the main subjects in the foreground, and then all of this blankness in the sky, I think it will be really, really nice. Not blank anyway, color is what I'm more interested in. So with these clouds that are above me here now, I'm hopeful that I get rewarded, get a bit of light on those. I'll play around with this composition. Here's the next shot anyway now, and I'll talk to you again in a moment. Looks like the cloud that's here is stopping the best of the light, still getting a bit in the sky above me, but not from the direction that I'm looking for. Nonetheless, still good as well to get out and get some shots. Now what I've done here is I've moved over to these set of rocks that are now revealed because with the retreating tide, and I'm now getting a long exposure shot. I've had to change up my filters to my 6-stop, but I want to smooth it out as much as possible. So I'm able to get 25 seconds. I'm at F13, ISO is at 50. And I'm just focused on these 3 rocks that you see here in front of me. And what that's allowing me to do, again, is a minimalist shot with a bit of residual color that's there, albeit with that bank of cloud that you see here on the horizon. It's a nice shot, again, minimalist, pastel-y. So now I'm going to move over here to another area that's just been revealed, and now hopefully I can find a different shot as well from there. I know I can because I know the area. That's the advantage of this methodology. It's far better for improving your craft than any gear that you can get. So yeah, here's the next shot. Talk to you in a moment over here. Looks like I might have been wrong with that prediction that I've lost all the light. If I touch on here and let's see if I can expose that for there. Maybe I can't. There you go. You can start to see now I'm getting a nice bit of color right on that set of clouds as well, so I'm gathering these shots while I can. But I've come in now to one of the caves, and before I bring it back to my face, you see the shape of the silhouette that you have here? It's like a head. There's your nose, there's your mouth, there's your eyes, all looking up and looking out. So that's the kind of shot that I'm going for. So yeah, I'm gonna change my settings up here now. I'm gonna move rather quickly. Once I get the shots, I'll talk you through the different types of settings that I've used. But I'm really liking here because I can get all this light that's reflecting off these rocks that are over here as well. Right, stop talking, talk to you in a second. I'm glad that I managed to capture that while I was inside here in this cave. Now, I came back out as well here, and you see this rock that's jagging up here. I use that because with the light actually that's bouncing off here from the sunrise, I think it would have been a nice shot as well. Now, that's the advantage, once again, of knowing these locations, because I know this rock exists and I knew that I could get that shot. Now, granted, the light has kind of more or less gone, but there's still a bit of a glow. You may not be able to see it here. Still a bit of a glow on the horizon. Now there's another cave that's just in here, and I'm going to wait just a small bit longer. Hopefully I'll have a good timing that when the sun does pop up above that bank of cloud that now I thought that was blocking the light but actually caught the light, then I'm hopeful that I can get a nice shot of the light streaming into that cave as well. It should be lining up perfectly. But tide is a small bit too high at the moment, maybe another 10 or 15 minutes, which could be good because it gives the right timing as well for that. So yeah, it takes the guesswork out of things, knowing where you are, you know that you've got compositions, and then you can be ready to react, like I said, from the outset. Here's the next set of shots now, and then I'll talk to you once I get into the next cave. All right, I've made it around now to the other cave, and as you can see by the glow on my face, the sun is out. But look at the shapes that are here on the top and all around that. A lot more dramatic than in the other cave, which is still nice. Now, I did get a bit of a soaking, so even though I have my wellies on, there was a puddle on the way in, but I said, you know what, I can't miss it. Only a bit of water, as my son says, you're not made of sugar, Dad, so have to put that into practice. Now, for this shot, I'm using all of these shapes that you see here and the top. If I take this off me for a moment, so you can see all of these shapes that are there and all around and framing up the headland that you have outside. And now with the sun as well, I put my camera onto f16 and I have no filters on. I'm at 1/160th of a second, ISO 100, and I'm getting that sun star. Now it's going to be a difficult one obviously to expose because I'm shooting directly into the sun, so the highlights and the shadows will be vastly different. But I'll take a shot as well for here, and hopefully I'll be able to blend the two of them together. It's not something I do often, but we'll give it a go anyway. So yeah, what an incredible morning. I'm going to see what else now can happen here, and I'll talk to you again in a moment. Here's this next shot now. So there you have it, another stunning morning here. Out for sunrise. I've started my day while everybody else is asleep, and that's another advantage as well. Having a location close by will allow you to be able to get somewhere quickly, be reactive, shoot with purpose. You already know what's here, and all you got to do now is wait for the light to react. Now the challenge for me is that I have to get this video edited and out to you this evening. So I've never done that before, so again, another challenge, and I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope that it all worked out. I hope that all the images worked out, and that you also can find some meaning in regards to what I'm trying to say here. Have you got a location that's close by? Have you got your own practice ground? I'd love to know in the comments below. Thank you very much, as always, for watching. Before I finish up, I'd like to thank these amazing people right here for supporting me on Patreon. If you want to join this community that we're growing, I'd love to have you on board. You can scan the QR code right here, and I'd love to see you there. So thanks again, as always, for everything, and hopefully I'm lucky enough to see you on the next one. Camera in hand, slán go fóill.